Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Gaming with Scott. I am here with JC.
What's up?
I'm here with Joshua.
Howdy.
And I am here with Lola Hart.
Hi there.
Oh, very nice. We have a special guest Sorry, Rachel's looking at her watch this afternoon. Is that better? Audience participation? I was told this would be a good thing. All of a sudden, I'm getting looks. I'm
it's fine until we have to start dodging spears. I mean,
right. That's the problem here. We have Miss Lola Hart with us today. Tell us a little bit about yourself and why you're here.
Well, first off, I'm a cosplayer. I've been doing this for about 17 years. But the reason you guys have me on the show is because I am the producer and organizer for Bubble Pop Burlesque, which performed last night here at HOSYerCon.
Yep.
The first thing I want to say is that dress is fantastic.
Oh, why, thank you.
Yes, that is a phenomenal dress. We'd like to get a photo before you leave.
Yeah, I actually made it myself. It was about 170 hours worth of work.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, then. So you don't just go out to, like, Beauty and the Beast, like, and buy one of those?
Nope.
No. Okay, then. 170 hours.
And the bottom part is so. But is it awkward to use the restroom in that thing? I mean,
After you've practiced it a few times.
nice.
All right. That is phenomenal.
Answering all the important questions.
Right.
Well,
This
it's
is
got to
what
be
our
functional.
listeners want to know.
Because it was very funny because you came up, you had found a seat, which was great, and you was over to the side, and I was like, oh, that's wonderful. And your chair was kind of off to the side, and I was like, oh, well, that's a large skirt, so I imagine that. And then we had you come up to a chair with arms, and you went, no, I got this. And there was sort of a procedure to get into the chair.
Yes,
and I went,
you have to lift up the hoop skirt and put it over the back of the chair.
Oh, I didn't see, and these are things that I never would have thought.
She MacGyvered the hell out of that.
Right, she did. Right. And I'm because there is an air of people that think, well, we want the linen suits, which, by the way, linen crumples.
Oh,
and it's
it really does.
We want the linen suit and the hoop skirts, and we want to go back to the Tara and then it's like I look at all the hassle and I go, I don't know. Anyhow, I get distracted. It's a thing. So. Tell us about burlesque.
Well, let me go back to the 101 for those of you who don't know. Burlesque is an art form. It's the art of tease. It was made very popular in vaudeville. So it's not stripping, but it is the art of the tease. So you'll have girls who will do fan dances where they don't really show any of their body until the last moment. You'll have some girls who have acts where they show nothing, but it's still fabulous.
Oh, yeah.
There's a performer that I got to see, I believe she's based out of New York, who does an act that is the sound of music in 3 minutes. And her entire, outfit,
full nun outfit?
Yeah, her outfit.
That's awesome.
Peels apart to reveal different parts. She has a skirt that opens up to do one of the songs. It's great.
Oh wow!
So it's a real art form. It's not just getting up there and taking your clothes off.
Agreed. And I do have to say, as an ardent male purveyor, no, not purveyor. what's consumer of the burlesque? That there have been times when I've been like, what? It is the tease.
Yeah.
It is the end. It is the moment of anticipation. It is not just, oh, hey, I'm taking my clothes off.
Right.
Well, I mean, half the fun for me is they announce the performer and then, of course, what the quote-unquote nerd theme is going to be kind of for the dance. And then it's like, okay, I know what's coming, but how are they going to interpret that in that context, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, that's my, it's so much work. I mean, from the costumes to the routines and everything, and you're doing it all the time. So what's the drive? What got you into it? What's the drive for you?
Well, like I said, I started off as a cosplayer, and I worked with a group that did photo sets and tease sets, and we thought, well, why don't we go ahead and just put on a burlesque show? This is an entire thing that's not being taken advantage of at conventions. And unfortunately, my time with them did not work out. But because I've been doing the conventions for so long, I had so many contacts built up, and they thought that it was a great idea. So I just went ahead and I'm like, we'll just go ahead and produce our own shows. Got a group of my friends together. Our very first show was just 3 people, and we all had like 3 or 4 acts each. And then flash forward to today, 5 years later after I've been producing, and I've got so many conventions. I've got so many performers that I can't keep track, but we're all independent performers or from our own troupes. We're not a formal troupe per se, but we're a hive mind of like-minded nerds.
Nice.
Very nice.
I would like to point out, too, something that doesn't get mentioned, I feel should be mentioned, is not necessarily limited to female performers.
Yes, that
Oh,
surprised me.
absolutely not. Yes, I take great pride in giving everybody something that they like. So it's not just one body type. It's not just females. I have quite a few male performers who love doing this because it's so fun.
Well, and there's always again consumers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Everyone's looking for something different,
Exactly.
which is wonderful.
But there's an
Don't die.
there's an underlying push to be body positive, I think, which is very
Exactly.
very nice.
And unfortunately, a lot of the formal troops out there are not body positive. But me, like I said, being a cosplayer, being a burlesque performer, I prefer to have that positivity and letting people work within their comfort zones and be who they want to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
It's if you want to go to the length that you want to move forward, that you feel comfortable with,
Exactly.
and you can have fun while we're all having fun with you,
Mm-hmm.
that's the benefit.
One of the first shows that I produced, I was at an anime con, and there was a woman who a lot of people said she was really overweight, but she was beautiful. She did a ballet routine, and she actually went on point, and she was dressed
Oh, wow,
as...
that's cool.
She was dressed as one of the villains from Sailor Moon, and it was absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, that is encouraging. I have a 9-year-old daughter
Mm-hmm.
and I have an 11-year-old son, and one of our standing rules in the house is don't yuck someone else's yum.
Exactly.
If they're enjoying themselves, and if it's at the tip of your nose, you can have fun with it. Or if you decide not to have fun with it, let them have their fun.
There's already so much negativity in the world anyway.
Why add?
Yeah, exactly. Boost somebody up. Make them happy.
Exactly.
And speaking of that, I mean, a lot of times this isn't necessarily a quote-unquote for-profit activity because every show you guys are trying to push for charity, correct?
Exactly. Every show that I produce, we have a tip jar up front, and the money in the tip jar goes to the National Eating Disorder Association, because I myself and a lot of our other performers have suffered from eating disorders, and they've helped us get our lives back on track. And the tagline I like to use with that is, donate to the National Eating Disorder Association because we love your body and so should you. And again, that pushes towards the whole body positivity that I try and push.
Absolutely. Body positive is so okay. So let me tie in, or let me ask a question about the charity.
Okay.
The National Eating Disorder
Association.
Talk to me about your interaction with them, and it doesn't have to be you personally or an example from someone in the troupe. Any story about interaction with that charity and how, because we're talking about body positivity. And I would think that someone who might be a burlesque performer would be anorexic, bulimic. There's a lot of, because there is the negative viewpoint around
there's
body
so many
type.
because there's so much pressure on how people need to look or how people want people to look. One of my performers was working as a model with a photographer who told her when she weighed 135 pounds that she needed to lose 35 pounds. Seriously.
Wow.
So I
Who's she
dated.
dancing for? Skeletor?
Jack Skellington. Because I dated a young lady who was 108 pounds and told me at one point that she thought she was getting fat. And I really took that, it was like a slap in the face, and I went, "Are you serious?"
A lot of times what the National Eating Disorder Association does is they work to try and counsel you to get rid of that thinking.
Yeah.
Because I had a abusive ex who, when I was 115, told me I was fat. Right? I was a stick. It was terrible. But working with the National Eating Disorder Association, they gave me the counseling that I needed to help overcome that negative thinking process.
That's fantastic. And when you have those tools in this arena, it only makes your ability to perform, have fun, share the art with others.
Because you're not going to be at the top of your game if you don't love yourself.
Exactly. Fantastic.
Yay.
Good stuff. So, how did last night go?
Last night was absolutely amazing. We were not expecting the big crowd that we had. We had a line from the Brickyard Room all the way back to the bar, and we had to have people go get more seats.
It was phenomenal. It was very, very good.
I loved your Joker and Harley routine together. I thought that was fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We also do a Gomez and Morticia, but we decided that one was a bit too risque for this con.
All right. Well, then we'll have to track
which
down
con's
when
that gonna
that's
be at?
right. When's that going to happen? I don't mean to be on the darker side. I mean, not that Joker and Harley isn't dark in its own, but
It was great because it was gender reversed, right?
Yeah?
Yes, it
It
was.
was really neat.
That's awesome. But I'm more of a Morticia and Gomez
I
kind
think,
of guy
well,
myself.
I mean, they are relationship goals to the finest.
Yes,
Yes.
they are.
Forget Joker and Harley. Everybody should have a relationship like Gomez and Morticia.
The more she talks, the more I love her. Oh, I'm sorry. I got away from myself. I apologize. Who was that? Who said what? What was their question on the floor? Go ahead.
Makes so much sense. No, that was
Right,
it.
right. It does. So excellent. Now you said you had not anticipated the turnout.
Yes.
You are an attractive young lady. This is a room full of gamers.
Well,
Dare I say
reason
geeks? Some of them I say nerds, and they wear this proudly.
The reason I didn't anticipate it is because we had a show last year, and the room was barely half full. So I think the fact that it's been advertised a bit more than it was last year, because a lot of people unfortunately didn't know, and I believe Barfleet may have had a party on Friday last year.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
So that took away some of the turnout.
So next year, are you going to be back?
Of course,
Because they already
if they're
have the
gonna have
dates. 30th for the 30th, 31st, and 1st.
I've run their costume contest for 5 years, so it's always been, hey, you're coming back and doing this, right? And I'm like, I don't really have a choice again. Okay.
Hooray! So what we will do is this will go out today.
Okay.
We will also schedule this to go back out a week or two before HOSYerCon next year.
Yay.
To give you. So if you're listening to this in the future, people in the future, see, this is time travel. I'm telling you, we got this
Hey.
covered. People in the future, if it is 2018 and you are not coming to HOSYerCon, you need to come to HOSYerCon for the overwhelmingly attractive, and notice I did not say svelte or skinny, or I didn't do any
No,
of that.
you
There was
didn't.
No.
overwhelmingly attractive, dare I say, beautiful people.
Because everybody is beautiful.
Exactly.
Yes.
And these are people who are more beautiful than I am because they're willing to get up on stage and show their bodies off to other people. Because I did not maintain this
Scott.
girlish figure to get on stage, is what I'm saying.
I would put money in your tip jar. I'm just saying.
Stop it.
So is there an open mic night on the burlesque stage? No,
Stop it.
don't charge the
Scott, people would pay us to put our clothes back on.
They would. They would. That's a thing. And I hope in another year that I'll be. Never mind. I'm not even going to finish that sentence. So if in the future, if it's 2018 and you're listening to this, Miss Lola Hart, come out, see the show. It was the line was all the way down to the bar. We need to double or triple that line.
Let's see if we can get it to the front desk next
Let's see
year.
if we can get it to the front desk.
Yes.
And they'll ask us to be quiet, and we will tell them, hell no, we're going to the burlesque show. Leave us alone. And you can officially tell them that Gaming with Scott said you could say that.
We'll just chant boobies over and over again until they shut up.
There we
Right.
go.
And I don't even know, but if we're around and at any sort of successfulness, then that'll be great. And if we start hearing people scream from that side of the hotel room, I'll be like, we actually did something. That would be phenomenal.
We did a thing.
We did a thing.
We need to time travel more.
Yes. So thank you for stopping
Of
over and talking to
course.
us. What are you doing today?
Well, I just finished wrapping the costume contest. I don't really have anything else, but some of my friends are throwing an early birthday party for me later.
Nice.
When's your birthday?
My birthday's on the 10th,
On the 10th of
April.
April. Okay,
And
I didn't
I'm
know
tur-
March.
I'm-
We're not calling it.
Well, I'm
either.
turning 30, so we're going all out this year.
You're turning 30?
Yes.
Okay,
Okay,
I'd put you
you
like
can't-
24.
you
Yeah,
can't-
I don't know anything. I got nothing
You
here.
can't lie on air. That's not proper. You can't do that.
Who, me?
No, her.
Oh, right. I was just like, okay, tell me what. Alrighty then.
And then
So you're-
Barfleet, of course.
And then Barfleet, of course. Absolutely. That's always a good thing to do.
Oh, yes.
So you'll be up bright and early. We're apparently 7:30 tomorrow morning. We're doing a big workout. A lot
dear.
of people going to the gym. You're going to be there, right?
Unfortunately, I have to.
She's all like, well, I
have
know.
work tomorrow.
No.
Uh-huh.
I have work tomorrow. I'm actually a licensed stylist. So, and they already had me scheduled for a perm and a hair color, and I can't load that off on someone else.
Shaving
you'll
a
be
haircut.
fine if you hail
2 bits?
hydrate.
2 bits, yes.
All right, 2 bits. All right, excellent. Wonderful. Well, then tell us once more your name, your group. And I'm going to do it so
Okay.
that I'll be quiet
Okay.
during the whole thing.
All
We'll
right.
use it as, you can shave that out as like a little piece to do the thing.
All right. Well, my name is Lola Hart, and I'm with Bubble Pop Burlesque.
Yay!
Yay!
We thank you for coming by. We thank you for the time. It was a wonderful interview. And with Gaming with Scott, as always, you'll hear from us real soon.
Yay!
Bye.
Bye.